Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, Shane Gilfeather, and it is round 6 of the V8 Championship for 2026. You're joining your host, Shane Gilfeather, and we are using a new track thanks to Andrea 1968. Beautiful track we're using for the first time tonight. If you want a copy of that, follow the link in the description and get this version of Hidden Valley. Beautiful, beautiful work by Andrea 1968, and thanks to him, we are using it tonight for your entertainment. Now, we have run the quality session, so I'm just going to quickly go over the results for you. P1 was Scott Flack with a 102.973, and then it was Daniel Opedisano with a 103.380. Next to him, it'll be Justin Bryce, Craig Broadbent, Michael Court up in a P5, and beautiful Indigenous livery there. So keep an eye out for that one. Craig Stoddart in 6, Chislowski in 7, Neil Haynes in 8, Peter English in 9, Antonis Papanopoulos in 10, 11, David Baker. And these guys failed to post a time in the short quality session because we've had some technical difficulties. So to get into it, we're going to go to a quick break and get you straight into the race proceedings. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Alright, so we're in for race 1. Turn that music off and we'll wait for the lights. It's round 6 at Hidden Valley. We've got 23 laps. The lights are coming on. Waiting for the drivers to let them go. Got a couple of seconds to go now before the start of proceeding. Round 1, race 1. And Scott Flack, just bogging down on the start of the race there. And we've got Broadbent into turn 1, Scott Flack in 2, Daniel Opedisano in P3 as I just work out and bring you back the audio. Do apologise for this mid-race. We are back now live. Thanks for joining us. Scott Flack back out in front. Just see how that was done. Well, looks like he got it through in P1 there. So I'll go back live. Do apologise, a bit rusty. Alright, so Scott Flack out in front. Broadbent in P2, and the chasers are there. Justin Bryce up in there as well. Peter English in the Monster Energy car. Unfortunately, we had issues with his new skin, so he's had to revert back. And look at this beautiful livery from Michael Court. Beautiful Indigenous livery there from Michael Court. Really appreciate the work he's done there, and keep watching that throughout the race. David Baker right behind him. Lap 1 through, Scott Flack. And we're back on lap 4 at 23 as Oppo's into P2. Broadbent now trying to defend off Justin Bryce there from Service Australia, and then we've got Peter English making roads on that group as well as he pulls away from it. Antonis Papanopoulos racing with us from Greece, and we've still got the Michael Court, David Baker battle going on now. We've lost the skin there of Michael Court. Again, we have some internet issues here, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. Bryce right on the tail of Broadbent there. This is still the battle for P3. Third step of the podium. This is only being Peter English into the fold as he's closing that gap now. Just over a second, and he's going to bring Papanopoulos with him. We've got Neil Haynes and Rob Logan down in P10 and 11 battling it out as well. We'll go to them, teammates and good mates as well. And Stoddard and Baker now. There's a battle. We just saw Baker overshoot turn 1, trying to stay on track. And that's brought him back into Stoddard's windscreen. And there they are, down the main straight for the 6th time. Just got to focus now on that gap. As we head to Broadbent and Bryce up the front there. All nice and tight for Stoddard. Spooking, good run through that corner and just slightly cooking it on the exit of that turn. So we're on board with Justin Bryce now. This is P3. We can see P2 and 3 right in front of him. Sorry, Justin Bryce in P4. As we said, this is the new version of the Hidden Valley Circuit. Beautifully presented by Andrea in 1968. If you want to copy this, follow the link down below, make a small donation, and it can be yours. Always good quality from Andrea 1968. We'll be racing on Townsville next round as well, so make sure you keep an eye out for that one. Hopefully you can join us. Oppo going wide, but he's taken a different line and he's cut. Peter English just over a second now, falling away just a fraction. These guys settling into their zone. They're currently lapping in the 104s at the moment, 104.3s. All three of them in P2, 3 and 4. And Peter English in the 104.6s. So not too far off, only 3/10 off the back there. But Scott Black monstering out the front in the SimHaus Racing entry. Teammate to David Baker, currently in P8. Just a bit of a lock-up from Broadbent, and Justin Bryce getting us sideways as he comes through. Got Papanopoulos right up the back of Peter English. Just see him trying to get out of the zone there, staying wide. He's not going to fall for that one. Around the outside, he'll cut back on the inside if he can. You can see the car lifting Peter English, getting all the weight on the outside 2 tyres. This is why they burn up a lot quicker. Good battle going. Oh, tries to cover over the inside. Although it could be my internet buffering and cracking out. Scotty Flack now with a 3.5 second gap. He is dominating this race and this round. as Opedasano is trying to reduce that. Oh, we can see English and Papa running down up the inside. Papadopoulos is going for it. Peter English just got to keep it steady, come back on the inside, which he's trying to do, just door to door, clip the back, just unsettling so he can lose momentum and Peter get through, but he's Antonis too strong for that. Great job from Antonis. That's how close it is from the cockpit of Peter English. Just got to hang on and stay there. He's only got another 13 laps to go. When the tyres start to warm up, it is very hot up here in Darwin. So the tyre wears is an issue on this circuit. We may see them actually pitting for tyres. Nice tight line for Peter English, better exit. He should get a better run down the back of Antonis Papadopoulos. Slightly gaining here in the draft. Will he come out the end? Stay there. No, Papa's trying to cover. Peter should just stay straight. Oh, locking up. There it is. Force the issue. And Papadopoulos runs deep. Peter English says, thank you very much. I'll take that. Older tyres, and off they go into turn one. And this is the tightest race. No, we've got Logan and Hayne as well out the back. Oh, that is Neil Haynes on the inside, Rob Logan in the Bendix on the outside, getting that position back. There they go, they're swapping positions. And Logan currently in P10, Haynes in 11. Cieslawski further back in the second of the Cool Drive cars, he's in P12. So now Papadopoulos trying to recover. Michael Court coming up as well, lapping in the 105.2s. Considerably quicker than the boys in front. Oh, Peter swinging out wide, but he's losing time doing that. He's going to get back online, trying to break that draft of Papadopoulos. Under brakes, that's where it's at. Just keep it steady, hit your lines every time. Do not give yourself any extra time to your competitors. This is a great battle now. On board with Papadopoulos now. Trying to go right around the outside, see if he can force a mistake. Or just got a tailie on the exit of the hairpin. Nice and easy through here. Third gear, just coast it through. Bit of a squirt and then straight line braking. Settle the car, come in early. Get on the gas early and get a long run down the straight. Tuck into that draft. Peter English has gone to the inside again. Only 10 laps to go, race one. Flack starting to lose his lead there. It's only 3.2. It was 3.5. I mean, they are closing in a little bit. The last lap data I don't have because of the internet, but I'm sure we'll get that back. And the gaps between English and Papadopoulos, I think have come together. Peter English, we saw a bit of it in turn one. I heard some chatter on the radio while the internet went down. But we've got Stoddard chasing Baker here. There it is. There's another little battle going on. This is the closest one on circuit at the moment. We head down the main straight, 15 laps, 8 to go. And not much time to get back in and chase down your opponent. You've got to do it very meticulously to not overcook your tyres in the meantime. Looks like Michael Court is up into P5 as well. So Peter English right behind him. David Baker up into P7. That means Papanopoulos is down in 9 at the moment. That's the group there. So to recap, after 16 laps, it's Scott Flack down in P1. Daniel Opodesano P2. That's Broadbent and Bryce. But spreading out a little bit. About a second and a half in between each one there. The top 4. Then Michael Court 8 seconds back. Got Haynes and Logan at it again. These two very teammates and mates as well. Coming through for lap 16. Rob lapping in the 106.7s, and actually that was a 106.2 on that lap, and Neil Haynes a 106.5. But you can see on track they're right next to each other, just a bit of a lock up. Logan, cup on the dirt. Whoa, trying to get on the gas as early as he can. And Scott Flack still setting purple sectors out there. Sector 2 was the fastest sector of the race so far. Can he complete Sector 3? That's a 103.202. Sorry, that was a 104.8. The chasers are doing 105s. But that gap is still coming down to Opodesano. And there you can see, just in the background, a flash of white. That's the Butterbing Motorsport. Peter English on the back of Michael Court. Let's go to that one. Unfortunately, we've lost Michael Court's skin, but we'll try and get that back for you before the next race. This is battle for P5 at the moment. It's Michael Court in the black Camaro, and it's Peter English in the Monster Energy car. Pretty smooth going through that area, even though they bring up some dirt. That's a good line. Halfway over the ripple strip. Oh, he's trying everything, Peter English. He's PB in the Sector 2 on that lap alone. As he crosses the line, it's going to be a 105.5. Michael Court spending the fastest third sector of that lap for him. Still chasing hard, Peter English on the back of Court there. And Baker slowly closing as well. He's lapping the same times as the boys in front, so needs to edge in if he's only got 5 laps to go to make any move there. The boys are starting to spread out. This is the closest battle on track at the moment. We'll stay with this one with 5 laps remaining. Michael Court, you can see David Baker, Craig Stoddart in the background there. Also within earshot. So Scott Flack just overtaking Troy Cieslawski at the front there. Just thanking him over the airwaves as he goes through, still lapping, stretching that lead slightly up to 3.1 now. That last lap was a 105.2, and Oppo just on the 105 flat, so a little bit faster, but again, only 4 laps to go. We need to take chunks out at least half a second. Scott Flack dropped it off the line as he usually does, but he regained it back pretty quickly from Craig Broadbent, and he hasn't looked back ever since, staying out in front since then, and now just nursing that 3.5 second gap in front of the rest of the field. So that's Opodesano coming through, and that is Craig Broadbent and Justin Bryce as well. Coming across the line for lap 20. 3 laps to go now. Got Justin Bryce from the Service Australia 333 entry. Doing very good, very solid P4 tonight. He's had some issues with the settings when we've had to sort out some technical issues. But he's managed to bounce back and do very solid. That last lap for him was 1:05.7, which is just about half a second off the guys in front at the moment. That's Troy Cieslawski just giving way, getting the blue flag, and he's doing a gentleman's job in leading the guys through. Peter English on Michael Court now, getting ever so close, just under half a second there. Will he get it done? There's only 3 laps to go. He's got to push. He's got to try something. Pull it out of the bag and try any trick he's done. And any trick he's got. Even late braking. He's trying to take different lines here. Get a good run down the main straight. So we're chasing Michael Court in the 888 horsepower entry. Under brakes, he looks a bit stronger. Has he got it? Oh, Michael Court's slipping. Can Peter English get in there? Just a bit of a tail wag. And that's all it takes. You can see the difference there. Just a little bit of a Michael Court trying to hold on as much as he could. Was unable to do it. Just got a bit nervous about his revision mirror. And he's allowed Peter English to go through and take P5 at the moment. Still 2 laps to go. Anything can happen. It is not over yet. The gap between Flack and Opedasano is stretched out to 3.7 now. I think Scott Flack maybe just pushing it as he lapped half a second faster than his opponent in Daniel Opedasano with a 1:05.2. Very strong run from Scott Flack, 22 laps. Nice and smooth through the hairpin. Staying on the rubber there. Maximum grip, Broadbent. Getting closer to Oppo. Looks like he's closing in too. We can see Bryce in the background getting left behind here. But it's Broadbent. On par with Oppo. So again, he's just got to wait for Oppo to make a mistake. But Oppo's been the V8 champion a few times now. Craig Broadbent has got one of those caps under his belt as well. It is Daniel Opedasano, the defending champion from 2025, with the 2024 champion, 23 champion of Craig Broadbent. So we've got Oppo and Broadbent in second and third. We just saw a flash of Scott Flack go through. Justin Bryce there he is coming in the background. Peter English and Michael Court is your 5th and 6th position. David Baker solid in 7 at the moment. Stoddard chasing hard. Stoddard made up half a second on Baker in that last lap alone. Or he is closing in. Is there enough laps? Papanopoulos hopes so. He's right behind as well. So that gap's closing in. And Scott Flack, Oppo, Broadbent crossing the line. Justin Bryce, he's coming across. That's Bryce crossing the line. Here comes Peter English and Michael Court. Oh, just going wide. Stoddard. Baker's going to hold on for 7. Stoddard 8. Antonis Papadopoulos in 9. Neil Haynes. Oh no, that's Cieslawski bringing up the dirt there. Here comes Neil Haynes, who got the job done on Rob Logan. And Troy Cieslawski bringing it home for race 1. Do apologise about the broken internet. but it looks quite steady at the moment now. So we'll get ready and set up race 2, and we'll be back quite shortly. Let's just show you the full results. Before we do that, we'll go to results of race 1. And it was Scott Flack with a 4.5 second lead over Daniel Opedisano in P2. Craig Broadbent in P3. Justin Bryce held on for 4 ahead of Peter English. And then Michael Court, David Baker, Craig Stoddard, and Tony Papadopoulos in 9. Neil Haynes in 10. And then it was Rob Logan in 11. And Troy Cieslowski lapping in P12. Alright, again, we'll get the race 2 underway, 40 laps. Hold on, we'll be right back after these messages.
Introducing the Racecraft PT1, custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed The Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with the 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a Racecraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The Racecraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.
All right, welcome back, race 2. So there is the grid is set by the results of race 1 if you're new to watching us here on SimHaus Racing. So that means Scott Flack will be on pole once again. Daniel Opposano will start from P2 and Broadbent in 3. Bryce is in. We're still waiting for Michael Court. Who just got in right on the nick of time. There he is with the new skin. Off they go. Oh, it's a big drag race down the front. Three-way into turn 1. Broadbent coming across in front of Scott Flack. Will they pull it up? Oh, thought Oppo hit the inside there. And we've got the rest of the field coming through. That's English, Baker, Papanopoulos, or is that Cieslowski? So as you come through, Broadbent got the jump on the 2. This is a 40-lap race. It's going to be a lot longer than expected, so we'll see what pit strategy come into play. But Scott Flack dominated race 1, and we're into race 2 now. And Broadbent is leading the charge on lap 1. Bryce got his own battles there with Peter English. Broadbent, Oppo's got a good run. Will he pop out? Yes, he will, but he not strong enough. Broadbent very strong, wants to hold him back there. Scott Flack just happy to sit back there and watch it all unfold in front as he brings up the dust. Chasing Oppo, he wants that position up the inside. No, Broadbent won't let him. And look how they let Scott Flack back in very quickly. One corner, and he's back in the fold. Oh, the handpin, this will get Dice in. Spicy in Northern Territory. Flack very smooth on the outside. Oppo back on the inside, but up the curb. Side by side they go. Who's... Oh, it's Scott Flack on the inside. Oppo's just folding back, and yes, Bryce and English are coming back in to the picture right behind. You can see their battle going on. Got David Baker and Antonis Papanopoulos in the background. And it is Stoddard and Michael Court. Michael Court just getting on the start line right when the buzzer went, so he just made it. No pit lane start for him. And he's got a beautiful livery if you haven't seen it before. Look at that Indigenous livery special for Hidden Valley. Very appreciative and very good work from his livery crew. All right, back up front, Scott Flack has got the job on broadband there, and Oppo got the job on broadband. Oppo, I should say. Oh, I heard something in the background there. Not too sure if there's a yellow in sector 1. We're on lap 4 of 40, only 10% through. It's forming up there. Yeah, there's the yellow flag. Papanopoulos hot on the tail. Here we go. Willie go up the inside. Baker just holding out in the second of the SimHaus racing cars. Stoddard getting under pressure from Michael Court in the background. We can see there. And this action on screen is for P5. Hitting really out by himself. Where's Justin Bryce? He's out. I heard something going on, but I couldn't see it. And that probably answers that one if we... So DNF for Justin Bryce. Oh, Scott Flack, he's got Oppo. Now he wants broadband. This is Scott Flack right on the back of Broadbent now. We're on the back, on board with Craig Broadbent, the leader of race 2. That's how close Flack is. He's right up the back bumper. Getting a good run here under brakes. Flack will get a good exit here. Yes, he does. He's going to try and get right up the backside. Oh, he's going to stay there. Broadbent's gone to the inside. Flackie's nudging the back corner. You can see the car. There they are. He's gone around the outside. He's going to try it this time. Oh, sliding drift, Tokyo drift. Eat your heart out. Beautiful, but he's losing position. Oppo's in there too. So from P1 to P3 very quickly in the blink of an eye. Turn 1, Flackie's moved back into P3. It won't be long before he'll be pushing the back of Oppo de Sano there. On board again with Broadbent, the leader. Peter English right there in the background. We can see him approaching. Papanopoulos still on the back of Baker at the moment. You can hear the engine just nice feathering through the corners. Listen to this on the exit. There it is, straight up the telemetry down the bottom right hand corner. If you want to know how they do it, that's exactly how they get it done down the straight. Broadbent's coming on the inside. Oppo's going to go around the outside, nice and wide. Look at the difference there. Broadbent very tight. That's going to make it hard for him to defend. Look at Flackie trying. Oh, Oppo just getting wide there. This is the top three, always putting on a show wherever we go. And these guys are the top three in the championship as well. And if you can, just move your eyes to the bottom right-hand corner. So Papadopoulos trying everything he can. He's been on the back of Baker. Watch him try up the inside this time. I can see him edging. He's going to give it a go. There he goes, a late move. Baker very strong. Will Baker be solid through here? Yes, he does. Not going to get balked. Seasoned professional David Baker. Also very accomplished in the dirt sprint cars, 360s and the 410s in iRacing. Stoddard close, so too Michael Court back there. Not far, Troy Cieslawski up into 9. And Neil Haynes, that's Neil Haynes in 10. So Troy defending hard there against Neil Haynes. Troy's lapping in the 106s, very good lap. He posted his fastest lap last lap. PB for him. Will Neil get tuck in behind here? Oh, he's got a bit of a gap there on Neil Haynes, Troy Cieslawski. Oh, this battle up front's heading up, so we'll go back there between Flack and Broadbent. Oh, smoking it up on the exit of the hairpin, and looks like Antonis got Baker on that lap. So come through lap 9 of 40. After race 1, they'll know what the tyres are doing and how much they've got left and how much they can afford and when they're going to pit. I always love talking about this, the pit strategy for race 2. It's almost double the length of race 1. We had just finished a 23 lap race and now they're back into it for a 40 lap race. And there's battles going on throughout the field here. Baker just dropping off the back of Papadopoulos, but he's going to come into the clutches of Stoddard there if he doesn't get back into his rhythm. Baker currently lapping at the 105.5s. Same as Stoddard and Michael Court behind him. So we're watching Papadopoulos, that's Baker in the background. And the leaders coming through is now Opedasano. There it is, 30 laps remaining, still plenty to go here at Hidden Valley. Round 6 of the SimHaus. Oh, has he cooked it? No, he's held on to it. Fresh tyres helps him. He's actually sent Flacky out the back because I think Flacky followed what Oppo did. And that means Broadbent is right up there now. Through the hairpin now, Flacky trying to stretch it out. There he goes, Broadbent. Doing everything he can. Trying different lines there, nice and smooth. Broadbent always good on his tyres, got plenty left towards the end of the race. Will he go for the overcut, the undercut? He's got to be able to defend it at the end of the race. If we saw the real life racing, it looked like the overcut worked for a couple of the drivers there on the Saturday. These are the leaders. Opedasano out in front at the hairpin now. Butterbing Motorsport, number 98. His teammate not with us tonight. Ross Licciardi from Melbourne. But it's Daniel Opedasano flying the flag for Butterbing Motorsport in the number 98 as he comes around for lap 12. Currently in the lead with the other two chasing just behind there. Peter English and Papanopoulos. They come together in the first race, and there was a comment about weaving, which we'll have to look up the rules. Just to clarify, with the supercar rules, the weaving on straights is permitted strictly to brake dynamic tow or to warm up tyres, but deliberate weaving that reacts to and blocks an overtaking car is strictly prohibited. Supercars enforces strict driving code of conduct to ensure races remain highly competitive. Definitely blocking is forbidden. Braking the tow, drivers are legally permitted to weave on a straight to disturb the airflow to the trailing car, provided their movements are not reactionary and to not physically impede the other driver. Or that can be under, I guess, open to interpretation of the rules, which is what we all listen to with Formula One. They're always changing the rules there or trying to reread it in different ways. So love to hear your impressions in the comments there. Tell us what you think the rule of weaving is, whether it's etiquette, it's not right, or whether it's totally legal. Let us know in the comments. Oh, these guys are racing. Great race. Oh. Papanopoulos on the inside there, nice and smooth. Peter's trying to come back on the inside. Going to tuck in. Now it's Papanopoulos weaving. You definitely can't brake under... you definitely can't weave under braking zone. Oh, Peter just fired up the rears there. You can see the smoke pouring out the back of the car as he tried to get out of turn one. Well, it's cost him a little bit, but we'll see the timing screens. Lost about 3/10 there. Oh, looks like Flack and Broadbent are together as well, just in front. So we've got Scott Flack battling. Oh, bit of a twitch there for Scott Flack. That's going to ruin his top end speed down the straight. Oh, he's in the pits. Lap 15 of 40. This is a big, big call. What the hell is going on here? Scott Flack is in the pits. No, that's not Scott Flack. Where is he? Falling down the timing screens. So he is out of the pits. Now this is a very short circuit, so the boys may come back around. Is Scott Flack moving down to P8? That's very interesting. 25 laps out. He's very confident he's going to get a massive undercut. But he's going to have to hold on at the end when these boys charge. And we know Opposano loves a good chase. He's out. What's he going to do? He knows Oppo's dropped in, or does he? This is the lap to decide. Broadbent definitely knows. He watched him go in. Now it's up to Broadbent. Maybe he's going to get a jump as well. What's Broadbent going to do? No, he's going to stay out. And I've heard someone come in. Opposano is in the pits. How did I miss that one? He's jumped in. He wants to stay with Flacky. And that is Peter English, I think, coming in as well. So they've all been cooking their tyres. Oh, this looks like a... This is like a mass exodus in the pit lane. So I've got Peter English, David Baker, Michael Court, Daniel Opposano. Where's he going to rejoin? And where is Scott Flack? Scott Flack's coming down the main straight. So if we watch Oppo come out of the pits, we're going to see a blue flash. There it is. That's what one lap does. Scott Flack was outside, well away from Opposano. But one pit stop, one lap. Look at the difference. He's managed to jump him and gap him. And penalty for David Baker. He's just left pit lane, so he might have sped in pit lane. So Scott Flack not out in front, still in P4. Broadbent, surely Broadbent's got to come in. He's going to go, he's committed to the overcut now. So he'll come in, use up all the rubber on this tyre as Papadopoulos comes in the pit as well. But Broadbent has to commit to the overcut. He has to go long on this set and then charge hard while the other guys lose a lot of time towards the end of the race. Well, this is going to be exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you stay tuned to the end and we'll see it all unfold. As we're only lap 18, we're still well under halfway here. 2 laps to go before halfway. That's saying that these boys are going to long run on the second set. Maybe they can do it if they can control their lap times. Unlike being in a 3-way battle for the lead, they may have used up a lot more tyres than expected. But Broadbent's going again. He'll probably pit on lap 22, I'd say, as Baker's back in to serve his penalty. Unfortunately, he's serving a drive-through, it looks like. I would hate for him to receive a stop and go. That is very costly. As Baker rejoins in P9 now. That was Stoddard, who's currently in P2, yet to pit. So Broadbent still out in front. Craig Stoddard up into P2. There he goes, 12 seconds behind the leader. 18 seconds in front of the virtual leader. Oh, Oppo, 102.9. Look at that lap time. Fastest lap so far. We've seen quicker in quali, but during the race, that is electric times there. The track must be rubbering up and getting faster or hotter, or getting into the optimal temp for the tyres. That is a lightning speed from Daniel Opposano. Scott Flack's fastest lap at this race is a 103.4, and Oppo just posted a 102.9. Will Stoddard come into the pits? Baker's behind. He's already pitted. I think Baker's a lap down. No, he's still on the lead lap. So Haynes is on. Papadopoulos just bringing up the dirt, trying to stay on the back of Papa. Currently in P7 for the number 4 car, Tyre Power. Broadbent's in. Broadbent is in right on halfway. He's come back out, but he's 3 seconds off Scott Flack because Scott Flack is in turn 1, so too Oppo. Now Broadbent's got the upper hand with tyre. Stoddard in the lead. Speaking of Stoddard, where's his teammate James Spotto? We usually see him probably on holidays at the moment. Baker trying to get through. As soon as Baker passes Stoddard, he'll get the blue flag because I think he's trying to unlap himself. So there he goes, Stoddard in. As he comes in from the lead of the race to pit, there he goes. And here comes Scott Flack down the main straight to take the lead of the race. There's Stoddard in the pits. And Flack is now your leader for race 2, 21 laps and 20 remaining. Broadbent moving up into P3, 5 seconds behind these guys who stayed out a lot longer towards the end. And I think he's got about like a, what was it, a 4 or 5 lap difference on the tyre, on the rubber. This won't show now, but it will show towards the end. And hopefully we'll see Broadbent on the back of these two trying to take the win with the overcut. There they all are in the picture. We just saw Broadbent coming through the hairpin. So come around for the 21st time. We are on lap. We're going to start lap 22. There it is. And that's your leaders there. Scott Flack, Daniel Opedisano, Peter English in P4 now. And there's Papadopoulos right behind him, only 8 tenths behind. Peter English trying to stop the toe, going really wide there, offline. As long as he pulls it in just before the corner. And not, as the rule said, not to react to a driver behind. As long as you do it first, it's okay. Under the braking zone, weaving on, moving in the braking zone to defend a position is a severe violation of the driving contact code and carries heavy penalties, according to Supercars. So this is Papadopoulos and Peter English. Oh. Peter just getting balked there, ran it wide, had to straighten it up. Oh, Flack starting to stretch out that lead. Look at that, that's over 2 seconds now. Flack's last lap was a 104.1. And we had a 104.7 from Oppo, and Broadbent posted his fastest lap of the race with a 103.7. I think he's trying to get up there a bit quicker than expected because I think he knows he's going to run out of laps towards the end there, but he just has to be patient as we see Neil Haynes into the pits for a set of tyres. I'm not too sure if that's the first set replaced or he's had to come in again. Oppo trying to stay in contact, just stretching out a little bit more now. Scott Flack getting in the zone and putting in some valuable hot laps just to pull away from Opedisano. Oppo in P2 there, that's him there. Broadbent in the orange coming around on the charge. He's the fastest man on track at the moment, Craig Broadbent for the Racetech Steel Ford Mustang. Flack posted a 104.5, then it was a 104.3, and Broadbent just smashed up 104 for flat. So Flack's lap time there did not show up. We've got to wait for these guys to come around again. And we'll get those stats back up for you. But he's 2.5 seconds ahead of Oppo. The field very much stretched out due to since that pit stop run. We saw 4 guys come in, not trip over each other, but very close with each other. And Baker's dropped 30 seconds off, receiving a pit lane penalty and had to visit the lane once again. So the boys up front, very close, but Broadbent is the fastest of the 3, and that's expected because his tyres are slightly newer than the guys in front. When I say slightly, I'll say about 4 or 5 laps from the other guys. So this could be an advantage towards the end. We will see soon enough. 13 laps will tell us who picked the right strategy for this race. Usually we see Peter English and Papanopoulos together. It looks like Papanopoulos is stretching away the faster of the 2 by about half a second there. Peter English lapping in the 104.8s. So I'll go through Michael Court having a better run this time. I don't know why we've lost the skin again. We saw it before. This game boggles me every time. But that's Michael Court, David Baker, and I think that's Troy Jaslowski in the second. Yes, it is. It's Troy Jaslowski in the second of the Cool Drive cars. And then Neil Haynes in P9. Can't forget Craig Stoddard in P6 as well. He is quite comfortable out there. 12 seconds behind English, but 5 seconds ahead of Michael Court there. Very consistent in the lap times in the 105.7s. Alright, everyone's spread out there. The closest would be Broadbent to Oppo, and that gap, let's keep an eye on that number, 1.6. Here he comes, he's on the charge now. He needs to do it now. I know it's 11 laps out, but he can't try and gain that in the next 2 laps. He really needs to spread out over the next 10 laps or so, just taking a chunk out at a time, about, I don't know, 4/10, 3/10, and that should be enough to get in the position. But he really should be targeting for Flack out front, who's another 2.7 seconds, and we're coming up to the back of traffic now too, so that's going to add some another element to this race as well, depending on how quickly Scott Flack can get through this field, because he'll be cutting his way through the field and paving the way for the rest. Craig Broadbent, fastest second sector, but Daniel Opedasano last lap was the fastest lap of the race. No, sorry, it wasn't. Daniel Opedasano is with the fastest lap of the race. We mentioned it before, and Flack navigating, I think that was Jaslowski into turn 1. Yes, and that'll be Oppo and Broadbent trying to come through as well. Through goes Oppo in the 36 Bada Bing entry. Oh, Jaslowski getting in the grass to get out of the way. Makes the guys nervous sometimes, depending on where they are on the track, because he might spin out there and then come back on the track right in front of him, which you don't want to do. It's counterproductive to letting the guys through. You don't want to affect your own race there. All right, Broadbent pulled like half a second. We did mention it was 1.6. Now it's just on the 1. It's actually 0.8. So Oppo lapped in a 105.2, and then Broadbent lapped in the 104.9s, and Scott Flack, that last lap, a 104.5. That's why he's out in front, and that's why he stretched it out to 3.5 seconds now. That early pit stop definitely got him great track position, as in one lap managed to get himself from third to first once all the pit stops had completed. And Oppo tried to cover him off the very next lap, but it wasn't enough. Scott Flack always manages to undercut with the element of surprise to the rest of the field. These guys must be tired now. There's a lot of racing on tonight with the quali. Race 1, 23 laps, and race 2, 40 laps. And Broadband, there he is, right on the back of Oppo. Usually it's turn 1, the biggest overtake opportunity, but we've seen it into the hairpin and onto the last section about here, leading onto the main straight. Oh, quick gear change for Broadband. Oh, just had to back it off. Now, what's the tow going to do? Is Broadband going to get up there? Nice and easy. Broadband right up there, but not enough. Probably lining himself up, deciding where the best spot for him to overtake will be, where he's stronger around the circuit, and where he can deliver the biggest element of surprise. Baker in P8 at the moment. David Baker just letting his teammate go through. Here come the guys onto the main straight. Again, Broadband trying to get the tow. Oppo's just happy to sit there in the middle. He's not going to do the weaving down the main straight. Oh, Czeslowski coming back out from the pits. Oh, Broadband's trying something different, but Oppo just has to keep it slower to keep the inside line. Broadband still not successful there, not really pushing it. His tyres are going to be a lot fresher, remember. They will be about 5 laps fresher than Oppo. So we can see the bit of a locking up there, bit of a balance issue from Oppo. Very close now. 5 laps to go, not long at all. Broadbent's got to try something here. What's he going to do? I don't think he's close enough to do anything from there. He needs a better run onto the main straight. Just pick one spot. Oh. We can hear how slow Oppo's going there, or how cautious he's going. Really bringing the speed down just to make sure he's going to hold the inside line and force Broadbent to try to go around the outside, which is not the best line at all. Oh, he's not going to dive up the inside here, is he? No. Still not enough time. Further in the accelerator, going through that right-hander. Just nice. Damping on the accelerator. Straighten it up. Hard brake. Drop a gear. Bring it in. Get that apex beautifully. Get on the accelerator. Here we go. This is better. Better from Broadbent. He's going to get the draft. Where's he going to try it? This is his best opportunity. Yeah, side by side. Who's stronger under brakes? Who's got the better tyres? This is where it is. Broadbent's got to hold that inside. There's Broadbent moving up into P2. Oppo still there though. He'll try get it back. I don't know if he'll have enough rubber to get it done though. I keep talking about it, but Broadbent had to go the long shot. Oh, right up the inside under brakes there. Almost had it. Oh, getting wide. Oh, it's all going on. Very long straight here. 38 laps, 2 laps to go. This battle between Broadbent. Look how long Oppo's coming in. He's just locked it up slightly. Lucky to not hit that barrier on the inside. Otherwise he would have been toast. So the leader, Scott Flack, out in front again, dominating 7-second lead. Lapping just quicker than the boys in behind with the 105.2s. And it's been his night tonight. That'll be 2 rounds in a row for Scott Flack last time around. Well, last time around at Simmons Plains, it was actually Craig Broadbent. Scott Flack picking up 15 points there. But it'll be 2 out of 3 for Scott Flack if he takes it tonight. And he'll be stretching his lead. Because if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, they are the live standings. Well, they're not live standings. We have had race 1 already, so we need to calculate that. But it looks like Flack will stretch that out a couple more points. The top 3 there, all in the 80s, not far behind each other at all. Takes one bad round and they're all together again. So this and one more lap to go for Scott Flack as he leads us through race 2. Very smooth and calm. Broadbent now stretching that lead to Oppo to 2.5 seconds. But it wasn't enough for Scott Flack at this stage. Anything can happen. 1 lap to go. That's Scott Flack right up the head of the shot there. And that's his teammate, David Baker, in the other SimHaus entry. So to recap, it's Papadopoulos there. That's turn 1. In P4, Peter English coming down the straight in P5. Then it's Craig Stoddard coming onto the main straight ahead of Michael Court. And then it's David Baker in 8. Neil Haynes out there in P9. And Troy Cieslawski, P10. Justin Bryce DNFing halfway through that race there. Unfortunately, technical issues, I think. So this is the final lap of the race. This is the checkered flag. And that is the finish for Scott Flack. Broadbent second. And that means Opedisano will come home. That's Papanopoulos. Finishing in P4. Peter English flashing lights. He's happy with that one. Solid P5 for him. And this is the gap to Craig Stoddard in P6. Just waiting for him to come around. There is in the orange Fanta car, Troy Cieslawski in front of him. And this looks like Neil Haynes coming through. And Michael Court just behind him as well. So Michael Court finishing 7, David Baker in 8, Neil Haynes in 9. That means Troy Cieslawski, Justin Bryce, it will be your 10-11. So the results for race 2, it was Scott Flack once again taking out the round, full 20 points for him in P1. Craig Broadbent will be taking P2 in the round there ahead of Daniel Opedisano in P3. Papanopoulos finishes in 4, Peter English 5, Craig Stoddard 6 ahead of Michael Court, David Baker, Neil Haynes, Troy Cieslawski rounding out your top 10, and then it was Justin Bryce in the 11. So that completes round 6 of the championship here at Hidden Valley. Thanks for persisting and staying tuned for the next race. The dates are up, but we may have to adjust that date for that one because Townsville is on the 8th of July, and again that coincides with the State of Origin. So just check your calendars and check our Discord channel. Invites are down in the description. And make sure you follow us there and keep tabs on when we're racing next. But it could be the week before or the week after. Okay, so stay tuned for that one. Then we've got Barbagallo in Perth and Queensland Raceway. And the Bend, that'll be a good one. That'll be an endurance race. And then Bathurst, the big one in October. And then Gold Coast, Sandown, Adelaide. That is the rest of the season. Not even halfway through there yet. So still lots to go. Stay tuned. Hopefully you can join us if you liked any of that. If you like the circuit, make sure you click the link in the description. The track circuit is there for you to download. And hopefully enjoy that one. A beautiful circuit presented by Andrea 1968, and thank you for him for letting us use it tonight for round 6. Alright, so round 7 at Townsville. Hope to see you there. Stay tuned on the socials and Discord, and we'll see you on the next one. For me tonight, it's good night and see you next time.